Hey everyone, Jacob here. Today is Friday, August 29th. Today I'm with my mom at the Canfield Fair in Ohio. I have never been to this fair before. This is actually the third largest county fair in the country and the largest county fair in Ohio. This is my first time being here, so let's see what this place has to offer. See if it's comparable to the other ones I've been to this year. Look how pretty these ones are just laying there. This is the first time of me seeing animals at a farm show that's out in the open like this. Here's some more young cows just laying in the straw and out in the open like it is. Look at how pretty these ones look. They're like a silver, light grayish color. Look at the line of the calves. Hopefully you can hear me over the microphone. With them for your junior and reserve. Alright, so right now me and my mom are just walking around, checking out what this place has to offer. Here comes the tractor giving people a ride around the fair. So we're just checking everything out, see what animals they got. Pretty much the same thing as last year. Alright, I'm about to go inside this building, see what this place has to offer. This place is just a shed where people promote and sell their stuff, as you can see. Look, they've even got some mattresses right there. These are just some other companies like insurance and all that stuff. Here's some Yeti coolers and some bathroom things they're selling. Showers. Okay, so we're out of the building and we're heading towards these grain augers for sale made by GSI. These are the machines used to carry grain from the tractor up to the top of the bin. Yeah, we're heading into the grain silo now. Take a look at this. This is where they're just promoting their stuff. If I ever drive out to the Midwest of Utah, I hope to see something like that. Okay, so here's the moment probably everyone's been waiting for. So the antique tractors are on display. Looks like a John Deere Model B, Farmall Super C, John Deere 730, Farmall Model B. It's like a modified 48N with an engine. John Deere 720 diesel, John Deere Model D, and Style D to be specific, electric start, and a John Deere 730 diesel standard. There's some companies promoting their equipment, like the mini excavators, right behind the tractors. Apparently Chevy's here promoting their vehicles as well, as you can see. Here's one of their nice trucks. Yeah, I did not expect to see Chevy here. Yeah, some does smell good. It must be coming from one of those places. Look at the size of the horns on this cow here. Look at that. Here's some Holstein cows, the legendary black and white ones that produce the milk we drink. Nice. Here's the John Deere equipment that is being promoted by AgPro. There it is, agpro.com on that sign back there. John Deere makes some pretty nice equipment, especially their tractors. Well, we're going in this building right here to see what it is. Looks like they're showing off some cows for the event in here.
Okay, get that animal set up, make sure it's where it needs to be, that the feet and legs are under a top in terms of...
It's got to be like some type of showing event.
For making that transition, like I talked about.
Well, I came out of that building after that little event, and now I'm going in here. It looks like they got more rabbits in here. Yep, turns out I was right. There's the rabbits. Look at all the rabbits that are on display here. They also got chickens in here as well. Look how bright white they are. I like chickens like that. Look at this turkey. He's all strutted up. Here's a species of turkey I've never seen. It's called Village Varieties turkey. Look at that. Okay, I'm back in the food area. It's been a few minutes. I was looking at some animals real quick. But look, they got some Kubota equipment here. Alright, hey everyone, you can see my face again now. I'm testing out this new video camera my dad gave me a few months ago, and I'm still trying to get used to it. So right now, me and my mom are just trying to find a place to get something to eat. So I'll see you in a few minutes after I'm done. I'll be back in a little bit. Okay everyone, me and my mom just got a little bite to eat, and I'm walking around this certain part of the area where they got their stuff on display, and take a look what I found. Look at this big self-propelled sprayer. This is what they spray corn with out in the Midwest to get the bugs and herbicide off. They also got a Kubota section here. This is where Kubota's promoting their stuff. Alright, hey everyone, I'm back. I just walked around a few minutes for my mom to see what else this place has to offer. And I actually found the section I was looking for, the antique tractors, so let's check them out. We got a Minneapolis Moline tractor, a Farmall Cub, another Minneapolis Moline. This case right here, this is an Orchard model because it has the streamlining on it. We got some Ford tractors in there, 8 ends, 9 ends. Got a Farmall 450 diesel. This is basically just an upgraded Farmall Super M. We got a gas 450. We've also got a case tractor right there. This Farmall 450 is pulling a 4-bottom plow, as you can see. We got a Ford 8N, a Farmall Super C. My great-great-grandpa Wilson owned a farm out in Danville, and he had one of these tractors. Got a Farmall Cub. My grandpa Rob has one of these. John Deere Model L, Farmall M, and then the Ford tractors again. We got a Ford 851 Power Master, Farmall H. This is what my dad has. Another Farmall Super C, Oliver Row Crop 77, Farmall BN, Ford 2N, not to be mistaken for a Ferguson, Alice Chalmers WD, McCormick Deering W30. Then we got a John Deere late styled Model B. Then right here we got a John Deere Model LA. They've also got some antique cars on display here too, and some other equipment as well, like some corn grinders and all that stuff. Army Jeep, old Ford pickup. Another Ford 8N, Farmall Cub, another Farmall Super C, Farmall H. This is a John Deere 70 diesel wide front. Alice Chalmers Model B, Silver King, Alice Chalmers Model B, and another Farmall Cub. Hopefully you can hear me over the noise. Here's some more equipment. In the background in the middle is a John Deere Model BO, I believe, with a John Deere horse-drawn manure spreader, Case VAO Orchard, an Oliver tractor, Alice Chalmers Model B, Farmall 400, and another Alice Chalmers WD. Here we got an early style John Deere A powering a threshing machine that's with the wagon being pulled by a John Deere H. Here's some more Farmall tractors for you. And at the very end is a McCormick W6, which is just a standard version of a Farmall M. This is the straw from the threshing machine. They're baling it right now. The hit and miss engine that's being pulled by the Farmall H is powering this baler right here. Guy with the pitchfork puts the straw on the top, the plunger goes back and makes a bale. Here we got a John Deere 830 powering a saw right here, a buzz saw. I love those John Deere 830s. Here we got a John Deere 330 with a mounted corn planter and a John Deere 730 diesel. We got a Ford Model 600, Alice Chalmers WD again, another 861 Power Master, another John Deere H, another A. Looks like we got another Ford 600, 800 I mean, Oliver Row Crop 66, another Farmall H, Farmall F14, late style John Deere A, and a John Deere M. Here's a better view of the saw. There it goes. Here's one of the most famous tractors in the world, a Fordson Model F. Massey Harris 22. Oliver 550, another WD. 1953 Farmall Super H, a Super M, and then at the very end we got a Farmall BN and a Model A. My Uncle Jason's got a Model A. And here's another Ford 8N. My friend Hunter loves Ford tractors. Here's the 730 again with the 330 right next to it. There's the 830. Look at this. I had no idea Ford made combines back in the day. That's something nice. We got a John Deere 60 and a Model A right next to each other. John Deere 60 is what replaced the Model A. Here's a John Deere 40 crawler and a Caterpillar R2 crawler. This is what replaced the Model M C crawler. We got a big lineup of tractors here, so get ready. Ford 8NB, John Deere 8, John Deere LA, Farmall H, Alice Chalmers WD, Alice Chalmers Model B, Case LA, Case 600 Diesel. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys. Minneapolis Moline Universal, John Deere M, Farmall 320, Farmall C, John Deere 320, Ford 8N, Ford Jubilee, this is what my friend Hunter would like, Alice Chalmers D14, late style John Deere B, Massey Harris Pony, John Deere AR, this is the fixed front axle version of the John Deere A, Massey Harris 44, this is an Alice Chalmers WD 45, this is what my great-great-grandpa Wilson had, Oliver 770, Farmall MD, this is the diesel version of the Farmall M, International Farmall 140, another Farmall M, look at that Alice Chalmers cultivator, Farmall 300, upgraded H, another couple more WD 45s, a couple Ford 8Ns, an 801 Power Master. I think these tractors are Massey Harris's, but I'm not 100% sure. Another Ford 800, Farmall Cub, Ferguson 30, Farmall M, and a Ford 960. Some more Massey Harris. I've seen a lot of the same tractors here, which is pretty cool. Hopefully this isn't getting too boring for you. I appreciate you watching my videos. Ford 801 Selecto Speed, Massey Harris 101 Junior, another Cub, another M. So many Cubs and M's are made, like I think 500,000. Super A, Super C, early style B, another 8N, Alice Chalmers CA. I've never seen a Ford tractor like that with the blue chassis. Case. This is a Case SC. Sorry, I forgot about the model and what it was. Looks like we got a Farmall H wide front with like a front loader attachment on it. Another Minneapolis Moline too. John Deere H with an electric start, as you can see right here. You just push this lever down and that turns the flywheel. That's the electric start. Farmall H with a front end loader and a bucket. Looks like a Ferguson or a Ford. Alright, I'm going back down. We got an Alice Chalmers Model B with steel wheels and cultivators. Another Case tractor. Looks like a Ford Jubilee or some with a front end loader on it without fenders. Farmall F20. This is one of the more popular Farmall tractors made. And that's one of the early flip plows it's pulling right there. Oliver Super 55. Ford 600 with a front end loader. This right here is a Cockshut 30. For those who don't know, it's basically the same as a Case Co-op E3. You should look up pictures of both of them so you know what I'm talking about. Compare them side by side. Here's a Farmall Super MTA diesel, so I guess this is technically an MDTA. The TA means torque amplifier. It has shift on the go and independent power takeoff. I don't know what tractor this is though. It looks pretty cool though. Here's a John Deere Model B wide front. This is technically a BW, I guess you could say. Yeah, look, it says it right there. BW. Here's a 1942 Case Model DEX. Here's a Farmall F12 on steel wheels. Here's another Farmall 300. And here's a Farmall 400 diesel. This is technically an upgraded MD. Here's another 801 Power Master pulling a mounted corn picker. Alright, I'm right across from the first line of tractors I showed you a few minutes ago, and they got some hit and miss engines in here. You can hear them running and backfiring. Here's some hit and miss engines powering a water pump. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed the footage I got of the antique tractor display. I appreciate you praising my knowledge of all the tractors and all that stuff. I also got some footage of the threshing machine and the baler. I know it wasn't that long, but I wanted to be quick because I don't want to miss anything. And I didn't, so right now me and my mom are just going to walk around real quick, but before that we're going to go to this pumpkin barn at shed number 4 and see what pumpkins are in there. So let's check that out. Here we are, we're going in. Wow, look at the size of these pumpkins. Too bad we don't get that many pumpkins in our yard. We only got like 3 white ones and that's it. Look at how they paint some of these pumpkins. It's pretty impressive. Look at the mural they painted up there too. Look at the pumpkins and gourds they got here. Never seen one like these before in a long time. I still can't believe how big these pumpkins can get. Well, we're in the Fine Arts Center and look at the pictures they got in here. Look at the galaxy right there. Look at that picture of that farm right there. There's the Milky Way. It kind of looks like the desert, pretty much. That looks like a thunderstorm. Alright everyone, I hope you're enjoying the footage I'm getting of the fair right now. Right now we're just walking around for a little bit to make sure we didn't miss anything. And then I'm going to go on some rides real quick, and then maybe we'll get some kettle corn and head on out. Alright, I'm in this other craft store right now, and look what I found. This chair is painted like Vox from Hasbin Hotel. See that? Vox in velvet. You should watch Hasbin Hotel, it's actually pretty good. Okay everyone, I'm outside the building now and I'm about to go on the tilt-a-whirl and maybe a couple other rides. So I'll see you in a few minutes. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll see you later. Alright, hey everyone, I'm just walking around in an area right now. Apparently you had to have a wristband to ride those rides, so I didn't get to ride one because I don't have a wristband. Which is strange because usually when you get into a place like this, the rides are usually included to ride on, but apparently maybe not this time. So right now we're just walking around. Maybe we're gonna get some ice cream and kettle corn and that'll be it. I'll see you in a few minutes though. Take a look at where I'm going now. Look at this. Here's the train display right here.
You want to get held up? Okay, hold on. Okay.
There goes the trolley. There's a farm right there. There's an old steel mill model. There's a steel mill building right there. Very nice. Look at this, they also got a caboose on display here. This must have been the actual town railroad station. Yeah, look at that, the Youngstown Sheet and Tube Company. There it is, I'm about to go in. There's the firebox in there with the Christmas lights.
This is made for moving a lot of weight.
Wow. Bell cord. Here's the tender right here. Look at that, locomotive's boiler exploded on the low water level. Well, I just got out of the locomotive. I did not expect to see this here either. Take a look at that. This is an 060 switcher. Built by the Baldwin Locomotive Works in December 1950 in Philadelphia. Here's another locomotive right here. Or I mean the same locomotive. There's the old train station. I bet this is what it was, Canfield. This is a very nice looking old Wild West town. G.O.W. Schaefer General Pay Store. Let's see what's in there. Look at all this old stuff in here. You like that old wood smell?
Yes, I do.
I like this old stuff. It looks like they got a butterfly exhibit in here.
He looks like he's eating too.
Look at that. Little butterflies. Look at how many there are. Are some of these moths though?
I'm not sure what the variety is.
Hopefully you can see the butterflies. Here's some more Kubota equipment, the excavators, compact tractors, and everything they're promoting. Alright everyone, well I got an ice cream right here. We're still looking for kettle corn. Can't seem to find it though, but I'll let you know if we do or not. Alright, well apparently we can't find any kettle corn, but it might have been caramel corn from what we saw. Sorry, so anyway, we're about to walk out right now. My mom's gotta go to the bathroom real quick and we're probably gonna get going. I'll see you in a few minutes though. Oh yeah, real quick you guys, they're actually milking cows here. Take a look. Yeah, look at that. We're on our way out and look, there's a cow traffic jam. They're all just waiting to get in or shown. Watch out for their droppings. They're mooing, they want some so badly. Okay everyone, we're about to leave the Canfield Fair right now. As we were on our way out, we got this little stamp right here. Hopefully you can see it. So we got it just in case we need to come back in to show that we were already in there. Sorry. But anyway, we're about to get to the van, so I'll see you in a few minutes. And if I see anything interesting on the road on the way back home, I'll let you know. I'll see you later.